Hello everyone and welcome back to the finals of the Gcup 59, Foggy versus WarChiefRich, Night Elf versus Night Elf. This time the game is taking place here on Secret Valley, as I will be speeding things up to 8 times speed until those demon hunters are back out on the field. Hotkey for Naga arrows R, uproot also R. Yeah, so that was the problem there. That was a complete issue, uprooting that tree of ages. And now we are moving into game number 2. So a nice little bit of explanation for those of you guys who didn't catch game number 1. Well, accidentally uprooting your tree of ages, well, will set you quite behind. Alright, Demon Hunter now going after the Null Assassin's going to go ahead and finish things off right there, as that Ancient of War is going to be replenishing some hit points. Demon Hunter almost level 2, same across down over here. Gloves of Haste compared to a Circlet of Nobility. And, well, depending on who you ask, one is better than the other. I don't know which one Foggy or WarChiefRich would prefer. But the Demon Hunters are now at level 2. Well, come on. Get to level 2. Do not make me a liar. I am just temporarily challenged right there, as the Demon Hunter does get to level 2 after finishing off that Murloc Knight Crawler. Alright, finishing off this 3-2-1 creep camp, going to be fairly easy. There is Mantle of Intelligence, so that is a little bit more mana. And that's always an interesting matchup when you do have a Mantle of Intelligence and a Circlet of Nobility. That is an additional +5 mana over your opponent, which is an additional +75 mana overall. And that generally does allow for an additional mana burn. So things do get a little bit dicey there, as we now see a second Gloves of Haste. Alright, the Demon Hunter now attacking very fast, especially in that green sentiment to let us know, hey, that is in fact very fast. Circlet of Nobility now being dropped by the Demon Hunter, so plus 100 hit points, plus 1.2 armor, and plus overall, what is that, 7 additional mana, or 7 additional intelligence. So what does that move things up to? 105? 105 additional mana over his opponent, and that is going to be a pretty interesting thing right there. All right, 285 versus 390. Yes, I can in fact do math. Demon Hunter now coming across down over here, may try to go after this Null Warden once more. There it goes. There is also an Archer down over here, just quickly picking up the Null Order and getting a third Gloves of Haste. Okay, so that Demon Hunter is attacking very fast. It just can't, in fact, say that. But the Demon Hunter is attacking at an incredible speed. And I think that's going to be one of those situations where, if you're not careful, you're gonna see him almost attack twice for his opponent attacking once. And the Demon Hunters are just getting into position onto each other to try and make it so that I'm getting health while you are not. Huntresses. Oh, there's another mana burn right there. No Brute is sleeping. The Huntress is now chasing all the way back over here, as WarChiefRich now heading back. All right, let's go ahead and see what's going to be happening here. Demon Hunter now heading over here to the bottom left. I'm trying to actually remember who won game number 1 right now. I'm a little bit tired, but yeah, should I even admit that I don't remember who won game number 1? It was a Night Elf who won, and it was a Night Elf who lost. And I remember what happened there. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look. WarChiefRich now going to be dropping those, Circlets of Nobility and that Mantle of Intelligence, that +7 intelligence, +4 strength, +4 agility. A little bit extra damage, a little bit extra armor, and a lot extra mana right there, as the Demon Hunter now gonna go ahead and retreat. Now, we could perhaps see a Naga Sea Witch, and a Naga Sea Witch with triple Gloves of Haste would be an interesting sight indeed. Alright, Ogre Magi, who's gonna get the experience? Oh, the Demon Hunter, WarChiefRich, was able to steal that bit of experience right there, but the item still goes to him. It goes to Foggy, as Foggy's now trying to run away. In terms of mana, though, this is going to be a very interesting situation. The Demon Hunter now just going to run around in circles, hoping, oh, no, just running by, and now heading back off to the north. Boots of Speed compared to Boots of Speed. There is a Wisp, and oh, the Wisp gets in the way. Demon Hunter now going to traverse around that Wisp, still heading off to the north. You can see it right there. I don't know why I lose that portrait of the hero for just a split second, as the Demon Hunter continues to run off to the north. Keeper of the Grove being brought in by WarChiefRich. It looks like we are going to be getting into that Dryad Bear strategy that is so common in Night Elf versus Night Elf. Foggy doing the same exact thing with his Keeper of the Grove. But WarChiefRich is going to be slightly ahead here as he's finishing off these Forest Troll Trappers. Forest Troll Trapper going to get taken down. Another Troll Trapper may get taken down, or the Demon Hunter may leave it behind just for the Keeper of the Grove to get all the experience. Nope, not going to be happening there, as we are now over here to the top left. Foggy opting to clear out his opponent's expansion, and that is a rather dangerous situation. Your opponent has reinforcements a little bit faster, and also they could take that expansion now that you've effectively cleared it for them. Demon Hunter does have a Ring of Regeneration, gonna head back over here to what I will call the 1 o'clock Blaze location. Meanwhile, WarChiefRich doing pretty much the same exact thing, clearing out his opponent's expansion as well. So no one having a clear-cut advantage, as the Demon Hunter now going after this creep camp here. All right, Red Drake taking a fair amount of damage. The Demon Hunter finishing things up. Keeper of the Grove regenerating a lot of health from that fountain of health, and really has nothing to worry about, as he should be able to get to level 2, especially if this Demon Hunter does back off here. Only needs an additional 48 mana. I do believe that is going to be enough. The Demon Hunter finishing off these Null Brutes here, as the Demon Hunter of WarChiefRich comes back to pretty much do the same exact thing. Thorn's Aura now on that second, or the Keeper of the Grove, the secondary hero, as the Demon Hunter now looks to clear up against this Ogre Warrior creep camp. The Ogre Magi's were taken down much earlier, and their items were picked up or pickpocketed by each of those Demon Hunters here, as the Forest Troll Trappers are going to get finished off. Scroll of Protection alongside that Scroll of Healing by Foggy. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this Sobi Mask, a beautiful item for that Keeper of the Grove. 50% increased mana regeneration, so that Keeper of the Grove will pretty much be constantly at maxed out mana. Ogre Lord taking a 100-point mana burn, and now also getting ensnared or entangled. The entangled does not last all that long. Any heroes over level, I believe, 6 are considered to be almost hero type, and therefore any sort of debuff lasts significantly less on them. Meanwhile, back over here, Endurance Aura now being picked up by the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter, I don't know if he could attack any faster. The Keeper of the Grove is also attacking extremely quickly as well. Boots of Speed, Ring of Regeneration. Perhaps the Demon Hunter should give the Scroll of Town Portal to the Keeper of the Grove and allow himself to just, oh wow, why not just mana burn that guy to get the finishing blow? But no, that was a Forest Troll Berserker, not a Forest Troll Healer. Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 2. He does need to back off. He wants to get to level 3, and it looks like he will just get to level 3, just enough experience, or rather 24 experience over, but cutting it rather close there, as the Keeper of the Grove, now sitting at level 3, will be going up against a level 3 Demon Hunter and a level 2 Keeper of the Grove. Foggy doing a little bit of chase across over here. Keeper of the Grove sells some items, also picks up Scrolls of Protection and a Scroll of Healing, as the Demon Hunter now making its way back down from the north. Demon Hunter now looking to clear things up at this creep camp. Murloc Nightcrawler gonna go ahead and try and poison all of these units here. There goes one Night Tide Runner, there goes another. Meanwhile, back to the south, we see them clearing out a rather difficult creep camp here, as we also have the Druids of the Claw, many of them in Druid form, so they are getting a lot of mana. They do have significantly reduced damage and significantly reduced hit points, but it doesn't look like WarChiefRich currently cares. Alright. Foggy only has 2 bears going up his opponent's 5. And this potentially could be a very sticky situation. All right, here's the engagement. There's the rejuvenation. There's the bears. We are now going into an engagement here. Mana burn on both sides. Who is going to come out winning and smelling like a rose, as, oh, the Demon Hunter down to 80 hit points, down to 68, now using a Scroll of Town Portal. Oh, the Demon Hunter of his opponent down to 64 hit points. WarChiefRich almost losing his own Demon Hunter in that exchange as well. Demon Hunter now looking to clear back up, regenerate a little bit more hit points. And it looks as though that rejuvenation is going to help him out tremendously. all of the creep camps pretty much have been cleared out. Archer easily just taken down in order to stay in low upkeep or no upkeep. 49 over 70 supply. Does he detonate a Wisp just to try and train up a Dryad and stay in low upkeep? That is the big question there. Demon Hunter now looks to back off, sitting at level 4. Keeper of the Grove now sitting at level 3. So 4-3 compared to a 3-3, but the experience is not too far off. We are now 12 minutes and 10 seconds into this fight. Down across over here, it looks as though, yes, Manual of Health picked up by the Demon Hunter of WarChiefRich. He's going to be in a very, very comfortable spot. Meanwhile, the Keeper of the Grove, perhaps he's going to pick up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. That's what I've expected. Nope, Scroll of Healing once more. And normally Scrolls of Healing work better when you're able to dissipate the damage, such as Spirit Link on an Orc army. But because of the amount of melee and the lack of range, perhaps, he's thinking that the Scrolls of Healing are going to be a lot more effective, as pulling them back really does get them out of the fight. Keeper of the Grove now heading off to the north here. He's going to be clearing or looking to clear out this Tree of Eternity, taking it down and taking on all of these Moonwalls. However, there is a Demon Hunter, Keeper of the Grove, and several bears in his way. 57 over 60 supply compared to 50 over 60. The economic advantage currently goes to WarChiefRich since he is not in low upkeep. However, WarChiefRich seems to be knowing where exactly his opponent is and looking and waiting to strike here in just a moment, forcing the Demon Hunter and the Keeper of the Grove to stay at home. All right, bears ready to go. Demon Hunter, Druid of the Claw, not Druid of the Claw, Keeper of the Grove now ready to go as well. We're going to see a little bit of an engagement. There's Huntresses and Dryads here. There is a little bit of slow. Are we going to see some mana burns? There's a mana burn onto the Keeper of the Grove. There's an ensnare. There's an Abolish Magic, as a lot of sides are suffering terrible, terrible damage. All right, Foggy looking to take down WarChiefRich looking to do the inverse, as we now see just another Squirrel of Town Portal in order to get away. Let's take a look at the overall supply. 49 over 70 compared to 63 over 70, as Foggy takes a huge commanding lead in the army size race. Keeper of the Grove, many of them in Druid form, regenerating that mana very, very slowly, but faster than if they were in bear form. All of that mana is definitely important, as we're looking at the Dryads here, now looking to perhaps try and start to do a bit of poking. Dryads Demon Hunter now looks to back off. A Wisp off over here lets him know that there is still no expansion in that location. Druid of the Claws currently have 505 hit points or 421, but that will increase significantly once they go into bear form. Selling a few items. What is he going to pick up? It looks like he picked up a Scroll of Healing. He may have also sold another Gloves of Haste. Nope, he did not. He just gave them all to his partner, as we're looking at the Keeper of the Grove, who perhaps has a very fast attack speed now. Demon Hunter just sitting at very fast, as we're going to be making our way back down here in just a moment. All right, here's the engagement. Demon Hunter trying to get into that front line. Dryads and Archers leading the way, doing a bit of poking, and here we go. No, Demon Hunter does not choose to engage here. He's looking for an easy target that has mana to burn, but that just doesn't seem to be going his way. Demon Hunter now continuing to fight off over here. 3 bears up against 1. That is not a good spot you want to be in. The bears over here have a beautiful, beautiful concave, just keeping out all of the additional bears, so they're taking so much additional damage. All right, let's take a look. WarChiefRich is so far in a great spot. There is a Staff of Preservation saving the Keeper of the Grove there, as they are still just fighting bear on bear. Demon Hunter now looking to get away. Dryads are here. Let's take a look at what's going to be happening. All right, Demon Hunter now looks to back off here. Is it going to work? The Dryads are just continuing to chase that Demon Hunter all the way off to the north. There is the GG. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 2. Please stay tuned for Game number 3.